I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. Once again, good afternoon and welcome to the program Wounds of the Heart. We're going to help you heal anything that has caused a wound in your heart, being it emotional, physical, or whatever you call it. This afternoon, I'm delighted because today is a special day and I'm happy to be on your screen. I'll tell you when the time comes. My guest is already seated, but if in case you want to join us, you can do that on our WhatsApp handle 055968 0066 055968 0066, and we are currently Facebook Live, Hope TV GH, and YouTube Hope TV, and you can watch us live if you are not on your TV set. I don't know what to tell Slick Afrique. In fact, they have been so awesome. They have been so wonderful, sponsoring me fabric every blessed day. Now we've opened churches. Now we go on weddings and any other ceremonies. Just call them. Instagram Slick Afrique, Facebook Slick Afrique. Call them and they'll just deliver it at your doorstep. They don't disappoint. Slick Afrique is here to serve you. They have the best material. You can call them. And if you also want to sponsor this program, please, you can drop your name, because we want to extend this program to where people can't go, so that we can bring people to share their stories and their testimonies, so that somebody like you or your friend or your sister or your sibling can also change from that. I'll go for this break. When I return, my guest is ready and she will tell us her story. Please don't go anywhere. Stick and stay with us and we will. All right, welcome back from the break. I'm delighted that you are still with me, and thank you so much. You have been so wonderful for every Wednesday, just watching and learning something to help somebody who is also suffering. My guest, as I said, my guest is seated. And lady, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And how are you doing?
I'm great.
You are good. I know you. Okay. But I want my viewers to know who you are. So can you tell us about yourself briefly?
All right. I'm Rebecca Tete, and I'm a nurse by profession, a mental health nurse to be specific.
Okay.
And I'm a person in recovery, in short term, let me say short-term recovery.
Okay.
And I'm actually recovering from drug addiction.
Drug addiction.
Yeah.
So recovery means that you are into it and you are now living. So you're not fully recovered. You're not recovered.
Sure, I can't be recovered. I'm still in the process of recovery. It's more of like learning process, and okay. I still have to be in this learning process till I die. Till
you die. All right. Once again, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
This program is called Wounds of the Heart. We help people to know what something is and how best they can be able to overcome it. So I know you have something to tell us.
Sure.
You've told us who you are. You're a nurse by profession, mental health by profession, and you are in recovery from drug addiction. How did it start? What happened?
All right. Actually, before I say anything, I want to recite my serenity prayer.
Okay.
So, God grants me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Amen.
Addiction actually started when I was introduced to a drug called pethidine.
Pethidine.
And I'm a sickle cell patient.
Okay.
I was actually born with genotype SS.
Okay.
And actually, I've been through pain for, let me say, since birth up till now. But the fact is, pethidine was a drug that was given to me all this while. I never used myself. I was being managed with it,
okay.
with the supervision of a doctor
okay.
or a nurse,
okay.
till I'm taking off it, and then that
okay.
is it. Until a friend pharmacist introduced me,
okay.
told me, since I'm a nurse by profession, why can't
okay.
I do it myself than to avoid the shame of being dragged
okay.
to a hospital always on admission before I'm given pethidine.
Okay.
Until I started doing it myself.
Wait. What is pethidine?
Okay, pethidine is actually medication that is given for strong, like severe pains or those who are after surgery, those who are have been operated upon, it's actually given to reduce their pains.
Okay.
Because it's given for most severest pains. So it's actually a legal medication that is used in the hospital. But one thing is, it is classified under the dangerous drugs.
Okay.
Because it's an opioid.
All right. So they will get me someone to a nurse anesthetic to tell me much about it. So when it's ready, I'll cut in and we listen to her what Petidin is. But so it is classified as under what?
It's an opioid.
Opioid. Okay. Continue.
And one thing is, it has one bad thing about it is it's very addictive. That is something that people don't really know about it.
Okay.
Because it gives you the pain relief for your severe pains.
Okay.
But then it has this euphoric effect in it that makes you feel good or high.
Okay.
So you don't even realize it makes the pain numb.
Okay.
So you don't feel the pain and then you enjoy how you feel.
Okay.
The thing is called euphoria. So that is the addictive part of it. So it will get to a time you keep using the medication thinking you are using to solve your pain, but it is rather the euphoria you are really enjoying.
Hold on. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
I think I'm talking to Rita, right?
Yes, please.
All right. Just a quick one. Rita, welcome. I have we are talking about Petidin. Someone abusing a Petidin. I just want to know, as nurse anesthetic, what is Petidin and what is it used for?
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me to
You're welcome.
Petidin is an analgesic. It's a painkiller. Yeah,
Okay.
so to say in plain language.
Okay.
But it's a narcotic painkiller.
Okay.
So it's not an ordinary one like paracetamol or diclofenac.
Okay.
We call them opioid derivatives.
Okay.
From a plant called poppy.
All right.
It's a very strong painkiller and considered as a dangerous drug.
It's considered as a dangerous drug?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it can't be obtained without a prescription.
Okay. So it's basically used, it's a painkiller?
Yes, very strong one.
Very strong one. And which people normally use those painkillers? Which class of people?
Okay. So because of its strength, it's usually used during labor. Used for sickle cell patients. And then post-op, after operation, after surgery.
Okay.
It's used to manage their pain.
Okay.
Used for people with kidney stones.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then sometimes after operations, you have people shivering.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It's one of the rare uses. We use it for post-op shivering.
Okay. So in quotes, Petidin it's a painkiller, but a higher rank of a painkiller, right? If I should put it that way. I just want my viewers to know what the lady was abusing, and she became addicted to it.
Okay.
And Rita, I know one day I probably will bring you onto my show for you to teach us more about this dangerous what we are talking about it. I hope that when the call comes, you never reject it.
Of course, I will never.
Thank you so much, Rita, for your time. All right, viewers, that was Rita, a nurse anesthetic, and she just told us what Petidin is, and so we now understand what our sister Rebecca was addicted to now. So Becky, as you were saying, how did it start? Fine, although you said you have been in pain from childhood, but when did you realize that you are addicted to Petidin?
Okay, so like I said earlier on, how I was introduced into it, I started self-medicating myself.
Okay.
And you see, Petidin is such that it should be taken under observation, strict supervision and observation. And so this time I was doing it myself, and I was not going according to the number of hours it's supposed to be taken.
Oh, okay.
Most of the times when I'm in crisis and they give me in the hospital, they usually give me over, let me say, within 6 hours to 8 hours. That's 3 times a day or 4 times a day. So that is how I am being supervised to be given.
Okay.
But this time around, I was doing myself at home, and so any moment I felt like I need to take, I just take.
But wait, Becky, Rebecca, wait. How you made mention of crisis.
Sure.
How painful is that?
It is just unbearable. I can't really describe, but all I know is very painful.
Very
to the extent that the whole joints are broken down.
Okay.
I can't even breathe well.
Okay.
I can't even hold my urine for few minutes.
Whoa.
It has to just come like that.
When you're in that crisis?
Yes. Because the waist, the knee, the wrist, the ankle, the elbow, everywhere, including the breathing pattern, it changes.
Okay.
So then there is difficulty in breathing because the pain is felt in the chest too.
Okay.
So even to hold urine for some few seconds, I can't do it. So the moment I feel like urinating, it just has to come.
Gosh.
Because I just can't hold the pain that I'm feeling in there.
So you become restless when the pain comes?
Very restless. In fact, very restless. I just can't. It's very unbearable. I don't know the right word to use to describe this.
Okay.
So, there's this thing called body tolerance, dependence, and all that. I started taking it gradually in small quantities. The whole ampoule of pethidine is 100 milligram.
Okay.
And I started using from 50 milligram. That's half of it.
Okay.
So gradually, it was for pain. But it got to a time, now I needed to take the 50 just to sleep.
What was the dose? What was the normal dose that you are supposed to take?
You see, when I'm in severe pain and I'm in the hospital, they give me 100 milligram that's an ampoule of it, just a small ampoule of it. And that 100 milligram will last for 6 hours before I'm given again, 6 to 8 hours before I'm given again. But this time around, I take the 50 for, let me say, initially was like 30 minutes, and it wore off, so I had to take extra. Gradually, it graduated to 100. So little by little, my body got tolerated to the drug so much that it was actually demanding for more dosage to get that first high I got before. The first time I took that 50. So then I had to be taking more and more ampoules to reach that first fix, or the first high I used to get. So let me say I got to the extent of using 12 ampoules in a day before I could get to that.
So how many ampoules? How did you start? How did they start the ampoules? What was the first? How many days starting? How was
50,
it?
Initially it was 50 for, let me say, 50 for, say, some hours.
Okay.
Then it became 100 for that same hours. Then it moved to 200 for that same hours.
Okay.
And then gradually, for 24 hours, I had to be using 12 good ampoules.
It's unusual.
And that's 1,200 milligram before I could get that first high.
Okay. So from what you are telling me, then no one introduced you to that because of your health, you got yourself into taking pethidine.
Sure. Let me take the blame for myself now.
Okay.
Because if it hadn't been because of the pain, I wouldn't have taken that advice from the friend. The pharmacist. He said, that I should take and to just avoid being embarrassed and dragged to the hospital and all that. I initially thought he was helping, so
definitely.
I took it as a good idea because I didn't know anything about it, that it could lead to addiction and all that. I think that time I was in my first year going to my second year in nursing school, so I was much naive about these kind of things, and because of my specialty in the mental health section, it's like we don't really use pethidine over there. So I just didn't Google to find out what it was, it could do, and then all that.
Okay. So now, Rebecca, with what we were saying, now we know what happened, as in from your infancy, sickle cell, your crisis. You were telling us about your crisis and how you couldn't hold on to yourself, and you need to take from 50 million now to 1,000 plus kind of stuff, and you are still alive, and I thank God for that. In the addictional journey, let me put it that way, what are the things that you did and you still think that on your rightful mind you would never do that?
Actually, that's a difficult question you're asking.
Because
now.
people, those with the smoking, those who smoke, they go sell, they sell stuffs and buy the weed or the help. That
Yeah.
so
What I mean is, I've done a lot.
you've done a lot.
A
All right.
lot that maybe if I tell you now, you can't even think about it. Did you really do that?
Did you really do that? In case you just joined in, I have a beautiful lady, as you can see her on set, and she's telling her story about us and how she was addicted to a drug called Pethidine, and now she's in recovery. Well, we thank God that she's in recovery, and they don't recover. They be in recovery till the end of their days on earth. And she's telling us, in case you just joined, I just want you to know that she's telling us her story. So you're saying that you did a lot that you can't. What are some of the things you did?
Actually, I got to the extent where even if I sit by food on table, only because I've not heard from the guy who gives me the Pethidine,
Okay.
and I start eating, and I see his call coming through, I have to leave the food because it is not my priority at that time.
Okay.
I wake up first thing in bed thinking about Pethidine, how to get a fix for myself. And how do I survive the small salary we get? The fact is, I use the salary within 3 days.
The small salary you guys get
That
within
salary,
3 days for
because
the
I
Pethidine.
always needed, Pethidine is between 30 cedis to 50 cedis.
Okay.
And because I get it without prescription from a particular person, he sells it to me 50 cedis.
Okay.
Only because
Yeah.
he knows I'm desperate for it, and
it's
so
illegal
I could
too.
pay anything for it.
Okay.
And I needed 600 cedis every single day to sort myself out.
Like seriously,
Yes.
600 Ghana cedi.
I'm sure my
every day.
parents will be surprised if they are watching me today.
Oh, okay. 600 cedis every day.
cedis every single day. And so the question is, how do I sort myself out? What do I do to get that, to fix myself? After using the salary for just 3 days, I need to survive.
Yeah.
Because I'll be going through withdrawals, something we call withdrawals. And it's so unbearable
Okay.
that I can't stand the tremors, I can't stand the diarrhea, I can't stand the joint pains, I can't stand the restlessness. That's the most unbearable part of it. And so what I do is that I go out there, and trust me, if you should ask me how I used to con people, especially guys, to get that amount of money every single day, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything because I can't even know what to say now. The fact is, I believe this thing is so spiritual because the kind of things the kind of energy, the enthusiasm that comes to me at that moment, that Rebecca, go to this place, go to airport, go to this place. In fact, I'm giving you a particular setting to go to, and you get about 3 guys, you speak to them, they'll be touched by your story, and you get your money.
So you were conning people for money to buy the drug every blessed day.
That was it. Because I couldn't steal. I don't know, I never had that spirit.
Okay.
But all I could do best was to con.
Hey.
And I speak to people, I meet people, strangers I've not even met before. I speak to them, and somebody can just pull out 1,000 Ghana cedis and give it to me at the spot.
And how do you feel when 1,000 cedis given to you?
I do good a lot. I'm very generous.
Okay.
In fact, if I get, any moment I get 1,000 Ghana cedis, I take my 600 out. And I take like 200 that I can use for maybe 50 cedis drop into the guy's place and come back. Then anytime I see people begging by the street, especially when I'm in traffic and then I'm getting my drug, or I'm coming from where I went to get my drug and I'm high, I could give any amount to those beggars by the street. Sometimes I feel like it is that same God that saw how generous I was and was helping me get people to con. I'm not saying this to the extent that maybe God made me do the wrong thing, but anytime I left the house, I prayed to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, please direct me to somebody
For the addiction.
to get money to sort myself out.
You don't mean it. You were praying for people to be spotted to con for money for your addiction.
I tell you, I had to do it because I just couldn't bear how I was feeling.
Oh.
So it was like that same drug that was causing that problem for me was the same drug that could help me out of the problem. Because anyhow I felt, the moment I take just a shot of it, it vanishes.
Then if you take shot of it and it vanishes, why were you taking a lot of shots?
Oh yes, it will vanish, and then with time the body will call for more. Charlie, sort yourself out.
Okay.
Add more.
Okay.
Don't you feel that it's wearing off? It speaks to you. The body speaks to you.
Okay.
It's like this time you are being controlled. So anytime the body needs it, whether you like it or not, you have to get it.
All right. So you said during these rounds, as mental health nurse, how were you coping this with work?
All right. So it actually addiction affected a lot of areas in my life. My financial aspect, my job, my family, my relationship with other people, as in friends, church, everything. It spoils everything.
Okay.
I'm saying this because I had no option than to con even people living in my hood that I knew that one day I'll still live in the same hood with people even when I'm changed. But that moment, it never came into mind. Only how to sort yourself out is what you're looking for. I remember there is one lady staying just by our house. I didn't care. She's also a pharmacist by profession. I got to know that after I'd conned her. And I think she later, somebody gave her a tip that this lady, she comes always for pethidine. That time I had not gotten a particular person who provides me pethidine. So I just moved from one pharmacy to another. So there was one pharmacy that had spotted me for coming there always for that medication. And so the guy told the lady that, are you the one paying for this medication for it? Because she's always coming here for it. So the girl, because she's a pharmacist, she got to know maybe I was addicted to it. In fact, when she got to know, it was terrible. If I tell you the disgrace, that the scene she created in our home, and my dad is, I'm sorry to say it, but my dad is an elder of the Church of Pentecost, and everybody could come, everybody came to the house, seeing how her daughter was disgraced in the house, and it really put shame. And I didn't care. I was in there, still injecting. I felt the shame. I felt that's like, I wasn't so comfortable. I felt the shame, but the only place to find solace was to take the drug again, just to clear away the shame I was feeling. But it created a whole mess in the area, to the extent that if I'm going to the roadside, I don't, the short way we usually pass, I can't pass there again because I've spoiled the whole area. I have to change my route and walk long distances before I get to the road. So this is actually how it spoils my relationship with other people. Everybody has got to know me. People point out at my family when they are working, this is just, and it's my siblings, everybody, you could see everybody was just uncomfortable with it, but.
Okay, let me ask this. If you go conning people for money and you don't get money, to what extent have you gone for money to buy this drug? Actually,
I want to share an experience.
Okay, go ahead.
There was one day I went to work, closed from work, had to sort myself out because the little money I had on me, I used it during my work time. I actually went out when it was break. I went to get my drug. I will not eat.
Rather you
the money I used to buy the yogurt, I'm thinking of adding more to it to get my pethidine. Okay. So I went to sort myself, but I felt it was wearing off, and I didn't have any money to use till evening, till night. So I had to do something. I went out round, conning people in my uniform. I'm sorry to say this, but I wasn't getting. It was late 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. midnight.
Night duty?
No, I'm talking about going to work since morning till 2 p.m.
Midnight, okay.
And I was roaming from 2 p.m. till midnight because I had not gotten the money yet.
Okay.
I kept roaming. This is how far you can get to. You will not even feel comfortable going home because you've not gotten the drug.
Okay.
Anything you have to do. So imagine the IPS road, Legon Road, so quiet like that. I had to be walking around that side only in search of somebody to come. And it was too dark and dangerous for my health as a lady. Anything could have happened to me.
Yeah.
But did I care? I never thought of that. all I was looking for is somebody to get to corn. And that was it. In fact, I was abused sexually by somebody I met on the streets.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Because you want to get money to buy
Because the person
Pepsodent.
realized that I was desperate for money. Upon the lies I told the person, I don't know, I still believe the person knows something about addiction.
Okay.
Perhaps realized that was actually what I wanted the money for. And so abused me sexually in the name of promising me that he was going to give me the money after it. I had to give myself out because I was desperate
you don't
for
mean it.
money. I really mean this.
You had sex with the person.
Only because I was desperate for money to sort myself out. This is a whole secret I've never told anybody. Yet after everything, he failed me. He never gave me. I was ready to sleep out, only because I had to sort myself out. Meanwhile, the next morning, I'll be going to work. But to hell with my work as at that time.
So, and what happened?
I still didn't get it. And so I called the guy who provided me with the drugs and told him to lend me. He actually didn't sell it to me without money. He never gave me the drug without money. But that moment, and the time I called him, I had to cry and beg him. And he gave me 2 ampoules, just 2.
That is 100 milligram of
No,
PCBT.
that's 200 milligrams.
200, okay, 100, okay.
So that I can pay the next day. And that was what actually comforted me. Seeing the drug alone, I forgot about what had happened to me that day. I never remembered all the trauma I have gone through that day, only because I had seen 2 ampoules of Pepsodent. So I went home to inject myself before I could sleep.
So daddy, mommy didn't ask anything, did he?
Trust me, they did a lot.
As I'm
want
saying,
to
from
say-
that midnight when the guy had his way with you, you go home, because it's not a usual time you normally come
I
home.
had gotten out of hand to the extent
Oh, okay.
they have said a lot and I
Okay.
wasn't listening, and they didn't know how to help me out of this than to just pray for me. In fact, I want to say may my mommy's soul rest in perfect peace, because sometimes I feel guilty that I'm also part of the reasons why she's gone. I remember the last time I spoke to me, I had an encounter with her was when she entered my room after I'd entered the kitchen, only because she's going to search whether I have the drugs with me and then pick it up. She checked under my pillow and there they were, about whatever ampoule. She picked everything. So unfortunately for her, I met her at the entrance of my door. And I also, you see, I was high, so I also knew that was why she entered my room. You see, we become so paranoia in the sense that even when somebody comes close to us, we feel the person suspects something about us. So I pushed her, took the drugs from her, and that was it. Some few days later, she was rushed to Kolebu and she died. So
viewers, that's the story of our sister. She's not done yet. I'll go for this break, and when we return, she'll tell us more. Please don't go anywhere. Stick with us, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back from the break. It's getting emotional in the studios already, and I know that if you've been following, you're listening to a story from our friend, our sister. It can be your little girl, whatever you call it. And she's telling us about her story, and we just went over when she was telling her she sometimes felt that she had her hand in the death of the mother, of which is not true. Rebecca, I know you after the death of mom, let's put it, did you ever try taking your own life?
I've got to that extent before.
And what happened?
You see, God is, I don't know, the Holy Spirit, like I said before, in my addiction, I speak to God and He listens to me and He helps me get my money to sort myself out. I'm seeing that I'm beginning to understand that he really has a purpose for me in life. And that is actually why I am not dead. Because I've gone to the extent of going overdose beyond the 12 just to be out of this world and be free. That was what I thought.
So you wanted to take your life with the drugs you were
Sure.
addicted
Because, yes, because sometimes I went on blackout and I could see death coming. I could see death coming. I'll be shivering and it's like, just die.
Okay.
I could hear things telling me you are going, you are dying. And most of the times I normally say, God, please forgive me. Those are my last words before I go off. Till maybe I wake up some few hours later and I'm at a different setting altogether. So I knew it could do something of that sort to me. And I've heard a lot of stories where a lot of nurses or anesthetic, like health workers most especially, were in the toilets, like the washrooms, and they had taken a lot and it was overdose and they went off and that was the end.
Okay.
So the reason why I had to do this was that even the people I loved so much, especially people who I felt were closer to me, I could trust, were people who despised me. Like, they made me feel like I was a bad person. In fact, I am not part of human beings.
Okay.
Like, I'm not supposed to be counted as part of people, like reasonable people and all that.
Okay.
Some even thought I had mental problem because of this. And I felt pity for myself. I felt ashamed. I felt depressed. I felt like, well, so if I'm of no use in this world, then why don't I just end it all? And then, so I remember a day when I took all these things I'm saying, nobody is aware of this.
My viewers
I'm
are
just saying
aware.
this today.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Sure. I took overdose beyond the 12 that I had to. I just wanted to go off. I just wanted to die. That was it. Because I could see the pain in the eyes of my dad. I could see the pain in the eyes of my siblings. I could see even the pain in the eyes of my baby. That time she was fresh.
Oh, so no, you didn't tell me about your baby. Are you married? Are you married or something?
No, I'm single.
So the baby was, if I should ask, was it as a result of?
Yes, I actually had her inactive addiction.
Inactive addiction?
Yes.
Whoa.
And I remember that's why when I was pregnant, I was injecting onto her a lot.
But is she also sick also?
No, she's not.
Hallelujah. I'm fine, I'm fine.
She's
I'm
not.
fine, that's wonderful.
And I didn't know she would become better. Like, she would become, let me say, physically well.
Okay, because of the injection.
Because of the injection I took on her. But thanks be to God.
He's mysterious. He has a way of dealing with his people.
I could see when she was a baby, I couldn't even breastfeed my own baby because of addiction. Because my daddy wouldn't let me do.
Definitely.
The reason being that the baby will also not become addicted to, because it's the same drug that passes through the breast milk. So she was taken away from me to be nursed by someone else, so that habit, they can do whatever they can to curb it. But
Rebecca, you are telling me a lot of stuff. You know, when you see women who are addicted to certain things, it's different from how guys also feel sometimes. A guy made his way out of you, promised to pay, he never did, went off. Out of addiction, a child, and yeah, the papa, so we claim it. But it wasn't ready, we were not ready for childbirth, but it came. Seeing your daughter, and in those days you were actively addicted. Now, how do you feel?
I feel like I owe her a lot of apology. Like, sometimes I feel like I should just let her know that this is what your mom has been through, and I'm just grateful I'm out. I think I should let her know before she hears it from somewhere that this is what your mommy was doing when she was pregnant for you and all that.
So how old is the girl?
She's 3 years now.
3 years.
Yes.
So how many years have you been in addiction?
Actually, I went through addiction within 6 years.
6 good years.
6 years.
And if you're
bad
addicted
years.
to something, there's what do we call rehab centers and kind of stuff.
Sure.
Have you toured a lot of rehab centers, or you were sticking to one? Yeah.
No. For you seeing me here like this, it's my second time of being to a treatment center. I went to the first one. I came back. The next day, I went back to using.
From one rehab.
Yeah.
After returning back home.
6 months.
6 months, returning back home, you went back to
The
addiction
next
again.
day, because I didn't understand the whole concept of the thing. I thought
Seriously.
it was just to stay somewhere and abstain from it for some time, and you're good to go. Until I went back into it, went to the second one, and I realized that I had to do a lot of work for myself. You see, I might not be responsible for my addiction, but my recovery lies in my hands.
Okay.
And nobody else.
That was what you told
I need
yourself.
to work
Okay.
out my recovery with fear and trembling.
Okay.
Seriously, I nobody can do it for me. I had to do it myself. So then there's certain things that I hide from people. I don't make people know. I had to be transparent about it to my family, especially as to where I'm going at this time, where I'll be at a particular time, what I'm doing at a particular time. You see, the addiction actually changed my behavior. It changed everything. It wasn't really my personal looks or anything, but it was the behavior. I never had love for anybody. I lied. I was actually a pathological liar.
Is it with all addicts?
It's with all addicts, because in order to survive, you have to tell a lie to survive. Maybe when you are not caught, you go and steal somebody's money and you're not caught, and then maybe they just want to make investigation and ask you, you lie. You will not say the truth for you to be caught. Then how would you sort yourself out? You see, it's, I don't know, it changes every pattern of your behavior. So the selfless person you used to be, you become selfish this time. You don't think about the pain that people are having because of you. You don't, it's like you just live in the world as if you are living in the world alone. And I lost all these things, and those things are virtues that we use in church, like virtues as a Christian. Because if you're a Christian and you don't have love, you are not humble, you are not honest, you are just anything, then how do you call yourself a Christian?
Let me read this message from J. John J. I like your progress, but not perfection. Keep it up. Thank you so much, J. John J. You should have told us where you were watching us from. And we would like to use this, we would like to use the Wounds of the Heart platform to wish the host a happy birthday from University of Ghana Adventist student. UG Nas, God bless you guys for this wonderful, a sad story indeed. Thanks to God, you are still alive, and I know He's keeping for a purpose. From Samuel Owusu Dankwa, London. God bless you, Uncle Sammy, for watching us all the way from London, and we are so grateful for the message. You can keep your comment and message come in, and we will read them for you. I'm not sure we will be able to be done with her story for today, but probably we'll continue next week. I think she has a story because she needs to tell us about a lifestyle in the rehab centers, so that at least it will tell you that we need not to get into addiction for us to be thrown into a rehab centers. And we need to help you who are watching, and to help other person also to overcome addiction. It's not easy. Now, Rebecca, now the child is 3 years now, and we thank God she's live and kicking. You try taking your own life because of seeing the pains in your dad. Blah. Let me use this platform to also tell you that Daddy Rebecca, Mr. Tete, God bless you for keeping cool with her. A lot of parents don't give up on their children. God bless you for what you have done and what you are doing. I know one day, if God permits, and next week you are still alive, you'll join me here, and I'll be very glad if it will be so. Rebecca, now the journey has started. 6 months in rehab, you come back home the next day. So how many years were you? How many rehab centers have you been, or the same rehab center?
No, twice. Like I've been to a rehab twice.
Different rehabs or the same rehab?
Different. The first one at Spantan, and then this one at Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
And where do you work?
I'm actually a staff at Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
And okay, it's okay. Let me put that question here. So now 2 rehab centers, Pantine and Accra Psych, 6 months per each. In the 6 years, what impact did the 1 year did in your life as being a rehab? Did it help? Let's be frank with us.
Let me say, my second time really helped me. You see, my first time,
Okay.
I wasn't really willing to change.
Okay.
The willingness was not there. It was actually because I was forced into it. So I had to do everything to please people that I am going and I will come back as a trained person. The willingness was not there.
Okay.
And trust me, there are lots of advices, let me say uncountable advices I've got from people, my family, friends, loved ones, everyone. But the fact is, if the willingness is not there, there is nothing you can do to change the person.
Okay. There's a question let me ask us. Is it addiction comes with character defects such as dishonesty, self-centeredness, and whatever? Is it true?
It's very true. So that is what I'm talking about as changing the behavior.
Okay.
Because let me say there are signs and symptoms of addiction. So anybody who is actually addicted to a particular drug has the same, we share the same signs and symptoms, the same character defects. That's what we call character defects.
Okay.
Because it's so common. It's so common that we have no love, we don't humble ourselves, we are very arrogant and proud, we are very self-centered, we don't think about other people, we are close-minded. In fact, we are not honest. All those negative character effects of people.
Okay.
And it's so obvious when somebody is an addict, because you could, if you are not somebody who knows much about addicts, you could see it even from the behavior change. You might think the person is an armed robber, or but trust me, the person might not be doing that because he's an armed robber or he wasn't brought up in a a good home or something. But it is part of the disease. The addiction, it is part of the condition. You see, it's no respecter of person. So as to whether you are a pastor's daughter or you are a president's child or whatever, poor man's child, if you find yourself in addiction, these are the character defects you're going to suffer.
Okay. Rebecca, next week we will come, if God permit. As a health personnel, a nurse, mental, right? And you have been in your own court. How was the feeling like? You're not going to answer it because if you start, my time is almost up. How was the feeling like? Because people out there want to know all these things so that at least it wouldn't push us into doing what we think it is the normal thing.
Sure.
Viewers, without you, this program wouldn't be a success. And I thank you for staying with us. Indeed, Rebecca is sharing her story. I know someone also might have a story to share. So far as addiction is concerned, so for us, and she has started hers, and I'm happy. Let me read these 2 messages. I'm so proud of you, dear. That's for Rebecca. God richly bless your Hugh. Hope Channel changing lives indeed. Yes, indeed, we are changing lives. Eugene Tego from Dansuman. Yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca, God will continue to do it more. Okay. Uti Boatin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. For Wutan Benedict, big up yourself, Rebecca. So proud of you. God bless you. You can still keep your message and come in. JJ said he's watching from us from South Africa. J John J, thank you so much for watching us there. And Becky, we are still not done yet.
Okay.
Now, to Pantan Psychiatry, Accra Psychiatry Hospital, worker there. 6 months. How was the feeling? I asked this question as a nurse being admitted in the same hospital. How was it like?
Trust me, it wasn't easy at all.
It wasn't easy at all.
It wasn't easy, but I had no option. And seeing your own colleagues see you as a patient at that moment. Oh, it wasn't easy at all. I might not show those characters over there, but trust me, it wasn't easy at all.
Is a rehab place okay for everyone to be there?
It is.
Is it good? Is it good for somebody just to go to rehab? If you have your own way, is it good for you to go to rehab?
It is. If you have your own way, it is. But when it comes to matters, certain matters of the heart that we don't want to talk about, you can do your own thing at home if you have your own way. But I had no option because I thought I would lose my job.
You thought you would lose your job?
So I had no option than to go there, to be there, where my own colleagues will be seeing me as a patient and ordering me about. It wasn't easy, but...
Becky, if I should begin the next question, we wouldn't close. And I want to tell my viewers that if you really want to sponsor this program, you can leave your name in our WhatsApp page. Because we want to take this program far. If you're watching, wherever you're watching us from, if you can connect us to anyone to help sponsor this program, to bring in more people, we're very glad. You can leave your contact on our WhatsApp platform, 0559680066, or it will be flowing beneath the screen. You can send your name there and tell them, yeah, you want to sponsor, and we will talk. My team will talk with you. Let me use this platform to appreciate some people. Slick Afrik, today I can't say enough. I thank you guys, and today is my birthday, and you have surprised my guest, and I thank you guys so much for that. And very soon she will see her surprise. And there's this lady I call Madame. You have been so much of a help since day one of this program. Mami Okia, God bless you also for the encouragement on phone and here and there. God bless you for encouraging us to continue in this work. My little granddaughter, Inshira, today you turn 3. Inshira, God bless you. And Grandpa say, happy birthday to my only Inshira. God bless you. If you have a story to share, please, you can also leave your name on our WhatsApp platform and we will talk after this program. I really enjoy Rebecca's boldness from Ohene Amo. God bless you, Ohene. And that's what we want a lot of people. God probably put her into this or allowed this thing to happen to her for her to share. And next week is going to be more than what she just said. This is just the prelims. This is just the beginning of what happened and how she was feeling. Now next week we'll enter into her days in rehab, the relapses and the withdrawal symptoms. She's going to tell us more about that. So please stick and stay with Hope TV and Wounds of the Heart as we're going to change the heart of people. As I said, if you have a story to share, I will do so. Can I have the parcel, please? Let me have the parcel. I'm Reverend Evan Della Awa. I'm even short of words. By the way, we thank God for her life. We thank God for her life, and it's a beautiful woman that she has come back to her normal life. God bless you, Reverend. And let's keep on praying for such people, because those in recovery are fond of going back. Something called relapse. She will tell us more about relapses next week when we meet. K3 OT, Rebecca, God will still help you more. God bless you, K3. Seth Ifo Arthur, happy birthday, Pastor. Thank you so much. Sethina, God bless you for wishing me a birthday. And all July bonds. I'm beginning from today, from tomorrow. Rebecca's dad is when? Tomorrow. Happy birthday in advance, Mr. Tete. God bless you for taking care of your daughter for us. God bless you. Yeah. So what do you want to tell your daddy? Just say something.
My smile speaks a lot to him.
All right.
In fact, one thing I'll never forget is when you always tell me you are the family's glory.
Amen.
And I just want to say I appreciate every little thing you have done for me.
Amen. Amen.
I'm grateful that you are still alive for me.
Amen.
Because it had when everybody gave up, when everybody never trusted I could do it, you were the only person who said, I believe you.
Sure.
And that is how far I've come to. So
Sure.
God richly bless you, Daddy. I love you so much.
That's so emotional here about Becky rendering appreciative message to the dad. Mr. Tete, I would like also to meet Sarah. I don't know, parents, daughters or children going through addiction, how does it look like? How does it feel? Probably one day we'll hope that you join us so that you can also share your experience with us. All right. Hey, the message keeps coming. Kekeli. Hope House Media. Okay, this woman is one of the strongest women still. Hope to be a friend. All right. Thank you so much, Kekeli. She's bold enough to say it, and that's why today on my birthday, Slick Africa is I'm giving her such a package. And before I do that, I would like you to join me to pray for her, because it's not easy that somebody like her type will easily or boldly walk into a studio to share her recovery testimony with friends. She's not done yet, and she's still hoping to come the next week, Wednesday. But before I pray with her, there's a memory verse I want us to share in Romans chapter 5. Romans chapter 5. Verse 3. And not that, but we also glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. Now, hope does not disappoint, because the love of God has been poured out in our heart by the Holy Spirit who was given to us. She has gone through all these things, and now she's been able to talk to you and to share her story with us. Becky,
Yes.
I don't know. Can we touch hands? I want to pray with you. Thank you so much. We are praying. Thank you so much, Father, for the life of Rebecca. She has begun something that you've ordained her to do. As she has shared her story, or she'll be sharing her story, or she'll continue sharing her story, whoever will hear her story, let there be a joy and a change of heart and character in that person.
Amen.
As she's in recovery, Father, please, let her be an advocate for those who are taking Petidin and the rest of the drugs.
Amen.
She'll end next week, Wednesday, and let her advice and her counsel be in the heart of people who want to enter into drug abuse, of which you to end them with addiction. Keep her safe under your wings of mercy, and bless in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
So Rebecca, let me from Slick Africa. Slick says I should give you this material. I don't know if possibly you can solve and come next week Wednesday. I'm very glad that they will know that they have done their best. God bless you, Becky. God bless you for coming.
You.
And next week Wednesday, that is the fabric, from Slick Africa. That's the fabric. Probably she will put it on Wednesday.
Sure.
Next week Wednesday. I'm very glad I'm very glad if you put it on. God bless you, Slick Africa. God bless you for the tremendous work you guys are doing, and my viewers out there, God bless you for being with us. And that's my birthday wish for you. God should stick with you. The beginning of the year, the half of the year is today, and I want to see you in 2021. God bless you. And I'm your regular host, Pastor Daniel. I'm out.